Hey, besties. Okay, so I just wanted something like light and fun to do that was like not serious at all. So I decided to do some like old Sims new makeovers because I kind of haven't really done that too much. I kind of did it for Valentine's Day where I did some new makeovers for like old couples that I had, but I figured I'd just do like individual Sims this time. And so this first sim is Minta Berry, and she was one of the 7,000 first generation not so berry sims I've made and played with. And she's actually important because I kind of documented her life a little bit on Twitter. And I think I have like one video on the channel where I play with like her daughter and granddaughter. But that was like a long time ago. And I've not picked up that save since. Because I really like the idea of Not So Berry. But it is just a little too old. Like it's becoming a bit of a dinosaur, actually. And I know there's like updated versions and whatnot, but it's just like I feel like it had its time and I no longer deeply desire to play the challenge. But I did love this sim. And I used to have a much different sim style back then. I used to go for like really sharp lines, especially like really sharp eyes and like really large lips. And I still do big lips, but like not that big. Like I had a very particular sim style back then. But I think it's just really interesting to like have to make over a sim that I made like that, if that makes sense. It's so interesting to like go back and see like what kind of sims I was making over like different periods of time. And I'm just glad that I had the Simandy like extra colors. I forgot what her like palette is called, but like Puppy Crow, that's what it is. It's called Puppy Crow. And her Puppy Crow palette is so handy because I wouldn't have gotten this like minty like greenish color, because that's also the thing, right? I do not care.
Clap if you care. Clap if you care.
Like I kind of always dressed her in like light green if there was no like true mint color. And yeah, that's why I'm not like super strict about it. Like I know some people are like real strict about matching the color exactly, but like I really don't care. Like I'm just trying to play it for fun. And I'm not even trying to like actually play the challenge. So I'm just trying to dress her for fun, basically. And so like sometimes there was more of like a mint color, but I didn't really like it. So I just didn't use it. And I went for like a light green instead. And it was great. Very liberating, very nice. And I really liked this sim. I really did. And I played with her for like the entire time, actually. Like I completed her generation. I went into red generation and I started yellow and then I stopped playing. But I did really like the Sims. I thought they were very pretty. I may try to do like a makeover for yellow and red. Well, like yellow, grown up yellow, but like and I think that might be fun to like see because they're also still in this sort of like same older sim style that I had. So I just like seeing how like the Sims change over time. And these three are kind of all from different time periods and all for different like reasons too. Since she's just like the first sim, I wanted to do one that I was like much more attached to through gameplay. And then the second sim I'm a bit more attached to through like CAS because she was like my favorite model for like a while. And I've since moved on to basically her daughter actually, because I used this sim and another one of my favorite sims to make my current favorite sim, who's like the image for like the channel right now, and she's like in the intro. And yeah, so like she's like I'm much more connected to her and like her genetics. And then the third sim is actually my first ever hijabi sim that I made, and I made her for like one of the no CC CAS challenges that I did just to see if I could do it. And I think that I really liked her actually. I really liked the way that she turned out with CC, but like she still has that same vibe that she had with no CC, so I really liked that. But I didn't really realize how perfect the Suntate Mint swatch is. So I kind of gravitated towards more scentate clothes for her if I wanted to like actually match the color truly, because it's really just perfect. Like and I didn't really have to worry about like heels or something coming in the right swatch, because like Sentate's mint swatch is perfect. Like it's so good. And I had a bit more fun dressing her because I didn't really stick to like the scientist-y vibe that I had for her specifically. Like she was always a bit more like fashionable. Like she wasn't as like I only love science as some of the other first generation legacy founders that I tried to make for Not So Berry. So like she really did care about like fashion stuff. I gave her like her own little personality, and so this makeover really feels very catered to her. Like I really do think that this is what she would wear if I were like playing with her right now, and I love that. And then we move on to the second sim, and this is actually London. And actually I think so actually this isn't the sim that I used to make my like new favorite sim basically. This is actually the sim's mother's mother. So this was like the OG model sim that I like fell in love with, and then I like made her a daughter because I just wanted something new and fun. And then that daughter had this sim that's now like in the intro. And so like now we're fully caught up. But I used to love just like coming into CAS when I got new CC and like trying it on her, because she has such a interesting face. And this was right around the time where like my sims didn't really have chins. Like I never really cared about my sims having like prominent chins, so she was like the first sim with like a prominent jawline and chin and ears and stuff, like just like more unique features that didn't look exactly the same as like all of my other sims. I had like same face syndrome real bad. And so I was really looking to like branch out, and so I think I did just that with her. And she's still iconic. Like she's still so iconic to me, and I still like some of her outfits, really most of her outfits honestly. With these makeovers I definitely wanted to keep their like personalities that like I remembered them having in my head as I did it. And she was always like very brand name concerned and like very fashionable and very like snobby, and yeah, so I wanted to really keep that in mind when I was like styling her, to make sure that like I was still doing her correctly. And I also always tended to keep her in like reds and dark browns, which is kind of what I do to I guess technically her like great granddaughter, if we're really like looking at the family tree here. Because technically her great granddaughter is the like spouse of my 8th generation of my legacy challenge. So yeah, I technically like have kept that sort of styling for her. I don't regret anything. I think they still look really great. Like these colors, it's just so nice. And like Twisted Cat and that one particular lip gloss, like it has me in a chokehold, and it has for like years. It is just the best lip gloss. It looks good on like all skin tones, all skin colors. It really doesn't matter. And especially with like the sliders now, like it's perfect. It is like my main CAS item. It will never not look good. And I loved this party wear outfit so much that I kept it. And I just added another outfit on top of it. And I love doing these like makeovers because then I always have Sims to like inject into like whenever I need Sims, which is really quite often, especially when you play like legacy challenges. You kind of always need new people to mix with. So it's like insanely helpful to have them. And also it's just really fun for me. Like it's a fun little challenge to see how I can like adapt this person and their personality. I don't know if I'm saying person, but like it's a sim, but like you know what I mean. It's a person. This person and their personalities into like all the new stuff that I got, and like how that fits with them and how it can still make them feel the same but different, if that makes sense. And then we move on to the last sim, and she was my first hijabi, and I loved her so much. And I've always had tons of hijabi friends for like my entire life. So I was already sort of familiar with like the rules for like fashion and whatnot, but I wanted to just like triple check that I was doing it correctly. And I know it's mainly about like modesty. And so I really don't make too many modest sims ever, really. So I really wanted to challenge myself to try to do that. And I think I did it fine when I did no CC, but I wanted to see how I could like enhance the overall outcome with CC, but also still stay modest. And I have some like recolors for the hijabs that came with like base game, I guess. And then they also added like a new one which doesn't have as many fun colors. Like I like the overall look of it, but like the colors are so boring. And I didn't think to like look for some recolors before I got into CAS, but I really wish I did, because like it's nice but the colors are terrible. So I just used the ones that I had already. And since she's like a nerd, I wanted to make sure I like carried that through. And I went for like a mint and purple color scheme, and it's really nice. I think it looks really, really nice. And she's still very like recognizable. And yeah, really more about like comfort. Like I don't think she's one of the like high fashion hijabis. I think like she's just more like casual. And like for formal, I think it was like the most difficult thing, because like I really wanted to use that like a patterned hijab, but like I don't know. I wasn't really convinced, and I had to sort of play around with a couple colors before I really like got into it. But I found like perfect dress from Sentate, and like it's covered all around, and it like meets the wrist and it goes all the way down, and it was perfect. And also still very like fancy and like jeweled and decorative, and I think literally it was like perfect. And so I used that one, and I kind of got into it with this like yellowy orangey pattern hijab. I don't think it looks terrible. I think it's okay. It took a second to grow on me, because at first I was like, ew, but it's okay, you know. I just didn't want to use a plain one because I feel like it would call for something a bit more dramatic, you know. And I've been really meaning to do this since they like gave us some more like hijabi friendly clothes in one of the various base game updates. And so I figured I'd do that. And I know for sleepwear, like obviously you don't have to like sleep in hijab. So you can just sort of be comfy at home with like your family. So I wanted to give her like a chill outfit, and then like party, I also wanted to do something fancy, but it just wasn't working out that way. And then I remembered I don't have to do something fancy because she is a casual girly, so I just went with like a chill top with like these pastel pants and some sneakers. I think that was like kind of perfect. I don't know, I think it fits her vibe well, and it was like a little bit fancier than her everyday wear, but like not too much fancier. Because I feel like, you know, party wear, it can be like a regular party or it can be like a fancy party, but I feel like a fancy party, you just wear your formal wear. But I'm also thinking about this a little too much, I think. And for hot weather, I like struggled a little bit because like I know like it kind of has to reach like any clothes that you wear as a hijab, you kind of have to reach your wrist. So I had this like long sleeve sort of attachment shirt, so it gave me a bit more freedom. But luckily I found the like dress that goes with it, because none of the other dresses were really as long as I needed them to be for like the legs. So like with that together, it was perfect. And I just gave her like a regular seasoned coat and some boots, and it was actually pretty okay. Like I didn't really struggle too much in finding some stuff because I already tried making like a hijabi sim and I did it with no CC, so like clearly I should be able to do it with CC, you know. It should not be a struggle. And then these screenshots, and so I got relight and like the immersive relight, and I think I may be a little addicted, but I still don't know how to like work it correctly. So like the up close photos have relight and like the full body outfit photos do not. I still need to play around with it a little more to like figure it out, but like it's so nice. Like I really like it. I love the little like highlights and that you can like change the light color, like it's really nice. But let me know what you guys think of these makeovers, and if you have any like personal requests from like the gallery or something, I can also look into that too.